as we dive in tonight, the first thing I wanted to do was I usually kind of cut a lot of the before and after stuff for YouTube, but I wanted to make a special shout out to all of our viewers that watch on YouTube and say thank you so much for all the support. We've had a lot of people that have been watching on YouTube and commenting on our stuff and asking questions, and we'd love to see that. So keep them coming, guys. Thank you so much for the support. So last we left our heroes, you guys, I'll take us to the map on Twitch so they can see. You guys were headed north towards the Temple of the Purple Flame, thinking that that might be a good place to stop on your way to maybe scope out the Isle of Mists that you guys heard the Night Woman in Outskirt talk about. What was her name? Outskirts. Her name was Ophelia Shadowleaf. She gave you some insight there that she believes that that might be where this Azrael Koth might be being held because of this thick demonic mist that will suck the life out of anybody that tries to go through it. You guys also found out information that someone within the Misty Falls, very far north in the Dragon Fang Peaks, might have the answer to be able to repair to Numeral's blade, the blade of her people. So, in finding out that, you guys also determined that you did not want to go fight a swimming white dragon. You guys decided to deter from that for now, and you made your way north. An earthquake struck near the area as you guys were making your way north. And then everything calmed down and you guys continued your travels. So what's going to happen here is you guys are going to get to about... let me move. There we go. To about this area, like between this foliage here, a little bit before the river. On your first day of travel, you think it's going to take you about the better part of 2 days to get to the Temple of Purple Flame. But the sun is starting to set here. The mist that already kind of clouds the light is starting to get the horizon is just getting darker, and you guys are familiar that it's close to nightfall. As you do, you guys notice that there is, off to the side of the road, there is already, oh my goodness, some people are...
There's already 5 gold on the ground.
There's already 5 gold on the ground. Belthus, you find some coinage laying. It looks like somebody dropped 5 gold there for you to pick up. It also looks like that somebody redeemed a dragon for Kelsica.
Whoa.
Oh, Victoria's coming in here and she's just spending up all her Brobo points. Look at that. Thanks, Vic.
Can I step off the call for a minute and call Vic? Because I miss her.
Wow, look at that. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, she's got a treasure for Geyer, too.
A random treasure for Geyer. Oh boy. We're having fun already. Look at this. Let's, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick a random treasure card, and I'm going to pull it out onto the map and see what it is. See what Geyer finds on his journey. Oh no, what is this? I think I have to hit Shift Z. A master crafted weapon.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you had to roll a d6 to figure out what it is.
Oh boy, do you want to roll the d6 or do you want me to roll the d6?
Go ahead, Dungeon Master's privilege.
All right. So let's check out a d6 and we're going to go and roll one and see what it turns out. A 5.
A heavy warhammer.
A heavy warhammer, something you can't even use probably, right?
Hey, I'm getting better with hammers.
Oh yeah, you're getting better with hammers. Yeah, because you had that, you wielded that one for a while. Yeah, there you go. All
yeah,
right.
he kept rolling until he hit.
Now,
I'm a hammer trainer.
And a hammer trainer, because you got somebody with you that's really good with them. Wow, a heavy, wow, nicely done. Look at that.
I got me some begging strips, according to the chat.
That's nice.
Don't know how I feel about that. Thank you.
5 copper for some bacon strips. Nice. All right. So, yeah, it seems like maybe somebody's wagon was busted on the road, and it just kind of dumped off a bunch of stuff, and you guys just randomly like come across it as you guys are making your travel. And you guys do notice that as the sun is setting, you guys can see off the side of the road there is a part. So you guys upgraded your cart to a wagon. You can see that there is 5 silver to numeral. There is a cart off to the side with a donkey kind of grazing in some grassy area. There is a small campfire and what looks to be like a very small tent set up beside it. And it looks as if there are 2 individuals sitting by the fire. Looks like there's like a small like cooking pot over it as you guys are kind of nearing the end of your day's journey.
Real quick, we also have a boon for Michael.
Oh no.
Oh, yay!
No, it's a Bane. Bane. You misspelled Bane.
A boon. Nice. I will make sure to use that wisely, Vic. Thank you so much.
Jeez.
So,
whose side are you on?
Everyone's.
I was just going to say, she's on everyone's side.
So, quick question, Michael. I know it was only 5 copper, but a meal at the end is 3 silver. Can I count my begging strips as a meal?
Yes, I will allow it.
Upgrade.
So, seeing this camp, what do you guys do?
Is a fire active? Like, what time of day are we talking?
Like sunset, right before like the sun just completely goes down, and people are settling down, making sure they're not traveling in the dark.
Can we see any like silhouettes around the fire, or is it?
Yeah, there's 2 people.
Unoccupied? 2
people sitting by the fire. Looks like there's a small cooking pot above it.
How far away are they?
Not far.
Can they see us?
I mean, they haven't probably seen you yet, but you have time to decide whether you want to get close enough to see.
Elbow Calcica lightly and nod over in their direction. Hey, let's make sure that these don't fall on any sharp sticks, okay?
I make 0 promises until I know how they're going to treat my friends.
Okay,
I could
fair.
try and see what they're saying and doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can eavesdrop on people, can't you?
Mm-hmm. As long as they're within 1 kilometer away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So you're gonna cast your Farsight or whatever?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make your roll for your spell.
Oh wow, that spell can go up to 100 kilometers at power level 3.
Ooh, 17 is a high number.
I know. This is like the second time it's failed.
Do you want to push it? Or do you want to just let it fail?
I mean, kind of about to go to bed, depending on how this goes.
Yeah, just to be clear, we have not rested, right? I still have my disheartened from last game. Okay, good stuff.
I haven't rested yet.
I could push it.
Okay. So go ahead and take a condition that you would like and describe to all of us and the viewers how it is that you are taking that condition.
Yeah, and what do the conditions like do gameplay wise again? Besides like, it's you roll with a bane.
A bane for any skill that's like attached to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I should take one that I don't use for anything.
Hey, as long as you can come up with a good narrative reason why your character does that, I don't care.
Yeah. So to numeral tries to focus and use her visions to like astrally project herself forward into this camp that she can sort of see and spy on them. However, her first attempt fails, and it's kind of the end of the day. She's frustrated. Well, I'm not going to use frustrated as that one. No. Okay. So she's a little frustrated, but she's getting really tired, and it's like she's a little burnt out, so she's going to be exhausted from this failed attempt.
It's been a long journey, so.
And she is going to try again.
Okay. That's much
and
better.
She succeeds.
There
now.
we go. Good. So does it say how long, like, you spy on him, or is it?
The spell lets you see and hear what is happening in a place up to 1 kilometer away, as if you were there in person. You must either have the place in sight or have visited it previously. Power levels.
Concentration
cannot be used to peer into other dimensions.
Okay. Okay.
So as long as she concentrates, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it says duration, concentration, casting time, action, word, gesture.
Okay. Yeah. So now, are you kind of like lifting off the ground a little bit, levitating like you've done before? Are your eyes glowing, or is anything like wacky happening? Because somebody else might freak out in the cart.
I'd say her eyes are definitely starting to go. Maybe the hair's kind of doing her thing. She's not really levitating.
Okay, gotcha.
Moment though.
So the hair's kind of moving around, like there's not a breeze blowing, but it looks like it's blowing in the breeze a little bit. I guess. And as you cast, you kind of like have this moment of like where it's like a fast camera zoom as you move your way to this camp, and it's just like you're standing in the midst, and you notice that there is what looks to be an older woman. She's kind of got this clothing that kind of like wraps around her. It's like ramshackle clothing. It looks like she's got some kind of headgear kind of like pulled over, like some kind of a cowl or something that's just pulled over. There is also what looks to be possibly a man in his probably mid to late 30s is there. Those are the two people that you see. The man is kind of opening up the cooking pot, and he's stirring it, and it looks like he's taking some out and putting it in a bowl, and he sits down on this log next to the fire, and it's spinach again. Oh, this spinach. Mom, how long do we gotta do this? I'm really tired. I'm worn out, and we're just eating spinach all the time. I mean, when can we just call it quits? And then the woman kind of like looks at him. It's like, oh, Medvin, you gotta understand, your father had high hopes for this. We gotta continue on. I mean, it's gonna be your farmland one of these days. Those are gonna be your spinach crops. The spinach, the lettuce, the beets. Yes, spinach, lettuce, beets, and he's like like he picks the lettuce out of the bowl and then dumps it back in, picks it back up and dumps it back in, picks it back up and dumps it back in. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm really tired. I'm really frustrated. I think I need to get ready to lie down soon. Oh, and she like puts her hand on his shoulder, and he's like, It's gonna be all right. Your dad had a dream. He had a vision. I trust it. The Misty Vale will once again prosper once things settle down. And really, you're just like listening to this conversation between this what seems to be mother and son around the fire. Do you want to hang out longer? I mean, a lot of it is just small talk. But at least kind of gauges a little bit of gauging of who they are and what they're doing.
I think that's pretty good. It's been a little bit now that Numeral has been in this state and having her vision experience. How would some of the other characters be
I'd
responding
honest-
while this is happening.
I'd honestly say I'd probably be staring at you and just like whispering to Geyer. I wonder what the reception's like.
Geyer is there with this beautiful masterwork heavy warhammer that he can barely lift. And yes, I found out because it is the only reason Geyer can even lift this is because it's masterwork. And its strength requirement is 3 less.
That's right. That's right. Masterwork.
So
Great
Geyer's like
weapons.
getting up and it's like boom.
Mr. Geyer, we can't. When Geyer went for the Warhammer, Kalska grabbed the reins for the donkey, for the 2 donkeys in the cart, and for the wagon now, because we have a whole wagon now. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So we got
And
donkey and donkey.
You guys are
Donkey.
big deals in Misty Vale now.
Donkey.
You're rolling in with 2 donkeys in a wagon now.
Big deal.
That's it.
So maybe at Geyer kind of straining under the weight of this warhammer as the minutes ticked on, and Kalska being like, "No, Mr. Geyer," I might open my eyes and snap out of it.
There you go. Very nice.
Oh, my hernia. I shouldn't have done that.
So, there's a mother and son up at that fire. He was complaining quite a bit about spinach.
Spinach is good for you.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a very
that's
valid
enough.
point, though.
Kalska
That's
looked
enough
like
of
she
a
agreed.
reason.
Spinach.
However, what
Such
was-
a Belthus comment. I love it.
Besides the spinach, he expressed that he's feeling very tired and worn out and asking her when they can stop. How long are they going to be doing this for? When do they call it quits? And she indicated something about his father having a dream and a vision that the Misty Vale will prosper once more. They seem pretty harmless to me. I think they're some kind of farmers, because then she started talking about beets and lettuce, and he does not seem excited about vegetables.
How not?
Kalska's a side-eyeing Belthus really effing hard right now. Like,
Grow to be big and
Perhaps he needs
strong.
some hunting and fishing skills.
this is as big as I get, Belthus.
Oh, my mistake. Apologize, Lady Halfling.
It's in the name, Lady Halfling. Go this big. Kalska urges the donkeys on forward.
All right. Yeah. So as the donkeys approach, you can see that now they notice you coming, and it's still light enough that it's not like dark in the like firelight is the only thing that you guys can see. So they can see you guys approaching, and it seems that the woman stands. They both stand from their seat. The man is still like holding his bowl and like begrudgingly eating his spinach, and the woman sort of kind of like waves over to you guys and kind of like gestures towards you to kind of come here.
Oh, I call out to them. Hello, hippies.
I don't know what that is. We're farmers, but hello.
Hello.
Would you like to share camp this evening? It's a lot safer in numbers out here on the roads. You guys
Absolutely.
look like a hearty group. You guys could help an old woman like me.
Yeah.
I look at Mr. Geyer since I have the reins after his hammer attempt.
Just sort of gestures to go along with it, like.
I will guide the
Much
donkey
like
and the
everything
donkey.
else, follow the dog.
True.
Wait, what?
We'll maneuver the cart over, and
Yeah.
with ours still mostly like I'm gonna like get it to the point where like if we have to get in and leave quickly we can. I'm not fully like
Okay. You guys do notice that the donkeys notice that the other donkey has been kind of detached from its cart and kind of allowed to just like graze over there where the nice grass is, and the other two donkeys are just kind of like, they take a glance over there and their head tilts to the side. And...
Oh, no equality for you, buddy. You're on the clock.
Geyer will detach them, basically tie them to the rope so they can't run off.
Okay, sure.
But get them loose enough that they can get over there and, socialize a little bit.
Long enough rope lead for them, kind of like when like a tie-out stake in the yard for the dogs, where they can.
Yeah.
So this woman kind of sees you guys doing this and sort of slowly walks over to the other donkey that's out there and grazing. It's like, oh, this is Whisper. She like pets the donkey a little bit, and the donkey picks its head up, and you can see it looks towards you, and it's just like chewing, and then goes back down, like puts its head back down, and is just nodding. Too stubborn to wander off. You can call me Oda.
Evening, Oda.
What shall I call all of you?
Geyer.
No, Geyer. Nice to meet you, Mr. Geyer.
Call the important two dogs are River and Lucy.
River and Lucy. I love those names. There is a river not too far from here.
Geyer's trying not to notice Connery's gaze.
Kalska's standing between them like, no!
Would some fresh spinach stew interest any of you?
Yes, our donkeys, because the rest of us eat meat.
Oh,
Beltis is already at the fireplace, isn't he? Right at the
he's got the bowl. He's just like waiting for somebody to pour him. The man is still standing kind of over there eating his, and he like just reaches down, grabs like the the ladle, and just starts like dumping some into a bowl for you, Beltis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Can I see how miserable he looks?
Your insight ability, you wouldn't even have to use it to know. He looks tired. He looks like he's sick of eating what he's eating. It's written all over his face.
Guy's going to take a couple minutes as everyone's sort of doing their thing and go over into our supplies and take out a couple of pieces of the sweetbreads we got from the baker and some of the dried meats.
Mm-hmm.
And is just sort of walking over like I'm going to take a sniff of the stew.
Yeah.
And try to basically sneakily slip it to him without Oda noticing.
Hey, make a sleight of hand roll.
Okay.
Don't accidentally mistaken the begging strips for the dried meat.
Can I be like seeing what Geyer's doing? Can I be pestering Oda, telling her my name and everything about all of us, and introducing everyone, and just being like a pest, so she's looking at me and not at Geyer to help him?
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead and roll again. I'll call this with a boon since you're being helped.
Okay.
So
Hi,
just
Soda. My name is
you
Kalska,
succeeded, but I'm gonna see if you roll any better. No.
Nope.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kalska's just blobber mouthing, doing like the little thing, like.
Yeah. So yeah, Geyer, you successfully slipped that in there, and he notices it. And he's like, "Hey, thanks. You got it." he kind of gives you like a little like half smirk to try to hide the smile from his mom, and just starts eating. Yeah.
I'm not sure how to. We have a traveling planner merchant.
Oh yeah, somebody's putting. You can unlock a traveling planar merchant with enough promo points on the channel. Whenever we hit it, whoever's streaming at that moment, somebody just teleports into a merchant. Just teleports in and has wares for sale. Oh, look at that! Now everybody's dumping it in.
Oh,
I honestly forgot about it.
Well, I had to reset it because
That's why
it expired. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we ever get there because I made it like extremely high amount of points to get to. All right.
Look at my tiny donation because that's all I got.
Oh, I did want to say, speaking of donations, you guys already exceeded the $50 threshold for tonight.
Whoa.
So you guys will all get an extra advancement point at the end of session. So thank you, everybody who donated so far. We're still pushing to the 100 goal to see if we can get some extra special reward. So
if you guys weren't here at the beginning, we are the fundraiser is for It's Spooky to Be Hungry. There's a button down underneath us. It's white. It's got a ghost.
Mhm.
How about
That's
the
right.
children's?
You got a question in the chat.
Is it channel? It's channel wide. So if, for example, you're watching Delve Requisite on Tuesday nights here in the channel, and that's when they hit the mark, then the planar merchant appears at that moment in their channel and their quest. If you're tuning into Wild Beyond the Witchlight on Thursday and it happens, that's where the traveling merchant comes in. So it's a pretty cool thing. All right, so yeah, so Geyer has slipped some meats into the stew and made it a little bit more enjoyable for this individual that Tenumeral knows is named Medvin. Medvin and Oda. And it just looks like they're just getting ready to like have a meal and take a rest. So is there anything in particular you guys would want to do or talk to them about or ask about or...
And Geyer will sort of look at him. Where are you coming from? Are you heading to the temple or?
Temple.
Yes,
Oda.
You mentioned
And Oda's like looking at you. You mean you're going all the way to that you're going all the way to that creepy temple up there?
This road only really goes there other than the river.
Well, our farm is just before the river, not too far from here. Yeah.
But why make camp here? Why not just go home?
It's safer here.
Is something wrong at home?
Well, no, we're miles from home.
Yeah.
You gotta think this map is kind of just because you guys are right here and you're not. I mean, that is still like 10 kilometers at least, so it's still miles.
But they said it was safer to camp here than to camp at home.
Well, we'll camp here, and then it'll take us about a day to get back to out
It's
to
safer
outskirts.
to
Yeah.
camp
I get
rather
it.
than travel in the dark.
Rather than
yeah.
traveling
Set up.
any farther, they wanted to camp here. Mhm.
Okay.
And you can, by looking at this place, it looks like this is a kind of a popular camping place. Those of you that have higher bushcraft scores, like, you can tell immediately, like, if you were picking out a place to camp, this one seems like it's a good place because you can see for, like, it's not hidden, but at least gives you, like, clarity to be able to see around, so you could see danger before it would, get to you. The place.
Yeah, my bushcraft is so low. I can't tell. I can't tell anything.
Connor can't
is
tell.
that grass? Look at that.
Miss Oda,
It's a signpost, Connery.
Yes.
Miss Oda, where are you guys coming from if you're going home?
Well, we're delivering our wares, our supplies to outskirts, so we're on our way there. Yeah.
Oh.
We provide spinach, beets, lettuce, peas, those kinds of things for outskirt.
Kasuga eats another sweet roll.
She looks over at Balthazar. I see you're enjoying the spinach stew. That is so good. I love the stuff. She smiles.
So I guess, are we passing by? Like, is she going the direction we came from pretty much since we came from outside?
Yeah, you guys are kind of passing
So,
opposite directions. Yeah.
I'd probably let her know, well, we just came from outskirt, so the rest of the way is clear. You guys should be able to travel free of any danger in the morning.
Oh, that is great news. Great news.
Yeah.
Did you hear that,
Yeah.
Medvin? No danger ahead. Our next day's travel is going to be just so easy. It's going to be great. See, that's good news.
Yeah.
Good news, Medvin. You can see she's trying to
Yeah.
encourage and inspire him to get out of his grumpy mood.
Yeah, it's everything is gonna be fine, Melvin. And like the moment she's paying attention to someone else, I want to lock eyes with Melvin and be like, blink twice if you're in trouble. Just
He's like, sure. He still eats. He's eating some of his now spiced up stew that he's got. So he kind of sits back down, and they both kind of sit back down around the fire, and you can see Oda kind of picking up the lid on the pot and kind of stirring it. Are you sure no one else wants some to try some?
I'll have some.
All right. So she pours you a bowl and hands it over to you, to Numeral.
I'll eat it, but I'm definitely not as enthused as Belthus is while he's...
Yeah. It's really not. It's all it is like water with spinach in it. That's like... Yeah.
And seasoned meat,
spinach.
evidently, now.
Yeah. Well, I think did you put it in the whole pot, or did you only do it?
I gave it specifically to the son.
Son, okay, yeah, it's just in his bowl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
like it's...
I'll be polite and say, well, I'll take a small, very, 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 very small bowl.
She gets the ladle out and pours you a small bowl.
Oh, that's too much.
It's like 3 bites.
Right, and while she's not looking, I'll just like toss it over my shoulder to the donkey.
Make a sleight of hand roll for me, Connery.
Oh, Jesus. that was not wise.
Oh, that's a demon.
That's a bowl in the face.
I throw the entire bowl.
Spinach stew in your face.
You hear. I can't do it, but you hear the donkey sound. Can anybody do a donkey noise? Can anybody do it? No.
I was looking at soundboard. Donkey is not an option.
Donkey is
but
not. No, there's a duck. You got the duck. But basically, you threw it over your shoulder, and the bowl slipped out of your hand, and it basically spilled all over the donkey Whisper's face, and the bowl is like sitting on the top of his head, on his ear. He's that's the best donkey I can do.
That's really good.
Better than what out of me.
Muscle spasms. I can't control it. I'm sorry.
So yeah, everybody's just staring at you, and Oda's like, "I'm sorry, did you not like it?" I know it needs a little bit more spice, doesn't it?
It's a little bit of something. No, it was fine. I gotta use the tree. I'll be back.
Okay. Do you really have to use the tree, or would you like to make a deception roll? Or a bluff?
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
A bluff roll.
Why do I put myself in these situations?
Oh, yeah, no one believes you as you walk off.
As minute he seems like he's somewhat out of earshot, guys, you're gonna look at Oda. I am so sorry about him. His breed suffers from distemper occasionally. Some things he got into the sweets a little bit earlier today and has been a little
Oh yeah, I know. The sweets do the same thing to me every once in a while. It's you got to stay away from that. That's why I love the spinach and the lettuce, and the vegetables are so good for you.
Kalska has like 8 sweet rolls in her mouth at once.
I know, but something that my family used to do is, if rather than cooking it in water, use a little bit of like beef tallow or beef fat and cook it in a shallow pan with very little bit of that and a large number of the leaves.
Oh, you know what? That's a very good idea. Man, write all this down. This is good stuff. This Mr. Geyer knows his cooking. Do you have any skill points in cooking? I think cooking is a skill, right? Is it a skill?
No, I think it is bushcraft technically.
Oh, is it
I think bushcraft.
I think in the original, like when they were playtesting it, like cooking, I think was a skill, and I think they just put it under something else to try to kind of condense the list a little bit. Oh, and don't forget, Connor, you can put a point in sleight of hand for your demon roll advancement point for later.
It automatically did it since it's linked to the chat.
Perfect.
While I'm out at the tree, actually, can I do a hunting fishing roll to see if I sense any nearby animals?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let me go for that.
All right, that looks like a success.
Success.
Yeah, let me gotta remember the rules on hunting and fishing here.
Says I gotta roll on the table to see what kind of animal it is.
Yeah. Roll me a D6.
It's a donkey. It's a fox.
A fox.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I had to roll again on hunting and fishing. I'm going to be using the trap to try to catch it.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
With ease,
just wanna-
Connery, you were able to trap a fox while you are supposedly using the restroom.
Wow, look at this one.
Did that come out?
Yeah, we're
Fresh.
Do me a favor, roll a D4 for me.
A D4.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to, since Melvin was it? Since Melvin looks so depressed, I want to have an offering. For,
Look at that. And because you got a demon, I'm going to double that to 8.
Ooh, nice. Thank you. Thank you. What a fat fox.
Yeah, that's a fat one. And you, it's like you walked away and you crossed paths with it. Like it was like right there and you found it very quickly and you were able to just snag it up really fast. So not a lot of time has passed since you walked away with the rest of the group. And
It's going to be awkward coming back.
while Connery's gone, is there anything else like you guys wanted to discuss while he was out hunting and trapping this fox?
Oh. Geyer. No. No.
For those at home who have no idea, just ask yourself, what does it say?
What does it say? No.
All right. Well, Connery returns to the party. Medvin.
I wanted.
Medvin
Oh
kind
my
of.
god, he gives birth!
It's a really big fox.
Let me explain how birth works. with my people, we don't just pass our children. But I wanted to apologize for my outlandish behavior with the spinach. So I went out and I got you guys some meat to ease your travels and Melvin's depression. Unfortunately, I am not good at cooking. So I'm just going to leave this fox with you. Or anybody in the group that has a decent bushcrafting skill. Yeah, we're screwed.
She might. Oda might have decent skills.
I could give it a shot. So you're gonna let Oda cook it?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Does that mean the DM is gonna roll for bushcraft?
No, I'm just gonna say I'll just.
Okay,
I don't.
thank you.
She prepares it. She gets it ready. She starts cooking it over the fire, and honestly, within a short amount of time, you guys are able to enjoy some fox by the fire. Oda decides that she's full from the spinach that she ate earlier, so she doesn't partake. What he rolled for how many rations the fox was worth. So it was worth a total of 8 rations. So if you guys all eat one here tonight, then you don't have to take any of your ration points off. And then you can save whatever's left over. And just have it for leftovers.
What would be one for her for tomorrow? Maybe?
I guess, yeah, the one. Oh, yeah, there'll be 2 left over, right?
Medvin does ask if he can have a ration's worth of fox.
Does she
Yeah.
let him?
Geyer will
She
let
doesn't stop him.
and Geyer will let him. Geyer will eat our stuff,
Okay.
thinking if he is got no interest in taking it, he doesn't know what Connery's plan is. But
But I mean, since we have 8 and there's a total of 5 of us, and then Melvin, that means we have 2 left. Do we give the 2 to the donkeys to show them how to be carnivores? Like, attack donkeys, train them right. Like this
Did you
is
hit
the
your head when
glories.
you went to the fight?
This is the glories of meat.
Did the fox fight back, Connery? What's happening?
he just watched his own offspring be cooked. Give him a break.
Mr. Geyer, I don't think that's how that works.
As you guys are,
I mean, he's not a fowl. He doesn't lay eggs.
I don't think Wolf can give
Oda's like,
birth
we did try to have chickens once. It didn't work out too well for us, unfortunately.
You tried to give birth to a chicken?
No, we tried to keep chickens at the farm.
I understand. Sorry, it's been a long day.
We just, unfortunately, we kept on losing too many employees, so we had to get rid of the chickens. It's hard to find good work here in the Mist. Oh yes, Misty Vale is a hard place to work. See, the mist, it makes it hard to grow crops too because we don't have all the sunlight. So that's why we have all these crops like spinach and beets, and they don't require a lot of sunlight. You can grow them in the shade if you needed to.
Oh.
See, now that makes sense.
What direction did you say your farm was in?
Oh, it's just up the road, near the river.
Oh. Any information that you want to give us, like a heads up, maybe? Because we're actually heading that direction.
The bridge is a nice place to visit, crossing the river.
But no dangers, no ambushes, constant crime.
Well, there's always a threat of crazy goblin encounters. We've had goblins try to attack the farm at times, but not so much recently.
Okay. Yeah, the goblins. Well, at least the goblins from Marmalade's tribe should not give you any trouble. We've recently come to an agreement to kind of barter with them.
You've come to an agreement with goblins?
Yeah, they are actually very. I almost said civilized, but no. They're something. They're something else.
Medvin, you need to get in good with this group. They seem like they're well-met travelers. This is great.
But aside from goblins, no diabolical DM ambushes or anything.
I don't know what a diabolical DM is, but it sounds very terrible. I would hate to meet one.
Sounds like the roads are clear.
Sounds good.
Hey, Medvin.
Yeah.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh gosh, I guess I'm gonna be a farmer.
But Kasuga gets really quiet and comes and like sits next to him on the same like log piece, and she goes, "But what do you want to be when you grow up?"
What do I want to be? You know, I really wanted to be a poet.
Then why don't you be a poet? Why are you going to be a farmer?
Because there's not many people to help us, and like now that my dad's gone, it's like it's kind of my farm now. I mean, Mom's getting kind of old. Sorry, Mom. But I mean, it all really falls on me now, and you know.
Are you a good poet? Are you good at it, or is it hard?
I mean, really I just kind of, you know, mumble some stuff and come up with some stuff while I'm working on the farm. I never really get to write it down.
I don't think you should give up on being a poet. I understand that you want to help your mom and do the thing for the family. Well, I don't understand that inherently. I understand the concept, but I think
I'll be honest with you. He kind of whispers away from his mom. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can't really tell you any of my poems because they're all about how depressed I am to be working on this farm and about how much spinach sucks.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
That's dumb.
Really?
You should tell somebody you're not doing so good, number one. Number two, you should probably, I don't know, find a way to be happy and I don't think you should give up the farm completely if you want to help your mom, but maybe you could find somebody who wants to be a farmer and have them work there, because there's certainly got to be people who want to be farmers. Why are you going to make yourself miserable? I didn't want to be miserable, so I left where I was and I found Mr. Geyer, and now I'm here.
Hey,
Can the rest of us hear this?
Calcica, right? Calcica? That's it. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really hard to be happy when you're just surrounded by spinach all the time.
Calcica hands him a sweet roll. That's all she knows how to do.
He like looks over at his mom and like tucks it in his cloak.
I think
Thanks.
you should try to find a way to be a little happier. And I think your mom would rather you be happy than rather you work on the farm forever.
I don't know. She's just really devoted to, Dad's vision, Dad's dream of, having this place, being one of the first farms in the Misty Vale, and then seeing one day the mist be dramatically cleared or miraculously cleared, and the sun shine down on all the crops and have everything like rise up, and everybody reaching out to our farm for all their wonderful food. And
I mean, it could happen, but I don't know how the mists are gonna go away, and you shouldn't make yourself miserable in the meantime.
I'll think on it. Thank you.
I mean, your mom seems nice, so I wouldn't want to leave her either. I get that, but
Yeah, she needs me too.
probably find somebody who wants to be a farmer but doesn't have land.
Yeah,
That's all
well,
I'm saying.
it's hard to find just somebody to work on the farm, let alone find somebody that really wants to be a farmer,
I'll ask people when I meet them if they want to be a farmer.
Oh, would you do that for me?
Calcica's thinking about asking the goblins and stabbing them when they say no. She doesn't say that out loud.
There's this little thought bubble that pops up on the screen. It's like, Grub's there, and you want to be a farmer? Not really. So he kind of like looks towards the rest of the group. It's like, so why are you guys? What you guys mentioned the temple? You guys are going to the temple. What are you doing there?
I'm a trader by trade. Some very weird way to say that, but we wander around and we look for interesting items and try to sell them to turn a profit. Use it to buy more stuff to sell and essentially help build an economy.
What kind of interesting items do you find?
Well, I found this, and Gary's going to walk over to the cart and pick up this beautifully crafted warhammer.
Where did you get that?
All places, I found it in a broken down cart. But if I bring this back to Outskirts and speak to the blacksmith, I could get I'm thinking I could get probably close to 100 gold for it.
Oh, wow, that's a fortune.
Yeah. And then I can take that and I can go see the baker and buy some more breads and go to the general store and buy some more dried meats and use that to trade with other individuals.
Yeah. You really know what you're doing.
We tried to. And you said you and your mother now you're making deliveries to Outskirts.
Yeah.
Is this items that have already been paid for, or?
It's kind of like a we take care of them, they take care of us kind of deal. They ask for our spinach, our lettuce, our peas, our beets, and in return we can trade and barter with the people in town. I got to replace a bunch of broken farming tools. I get that taken care of in town. We usually get our feed for the donkeys and some of our farm animals there.
So, and you have no one working the farm? It's just you and your mother?
There are a few others, but
Okay.
they're just, I'll be honest, they're not the best employees. They're not the best farmers.
Hopefully they're trustworthy.
I can trust them. They're just a little lazy.
Well, do you pay them, or how do you work? What is your agreement with them?
I pay them a little wage, but that's all I can really afford.
And what's Oda doing at this point? Is she like turned in, or is she?
She's just kind of sitting there by the fire. Like she seems to be agreeing with everything that he's saying because she knows like the struggle is real for them. So,
But when you say you pay them a small wage, between business owners, how much are you paying your people?
Oh gosh. I mean, I think we could only afford to pay them like a couple of copper a day. But you pay employees more?
Yeah.
We do well for each other. It's Kalska is family, not an employee. But Connery and the others we've recently met, and we found a beneficial arrangement so far. But it can, as you say, it can be difficult to find people worth it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems
guys
like you
gonna
found a
look-
group that's definitely worth it.
It's an interesting group. We have some. And Geyer's
Scampered
gonna
off.
somewhat pointedly, like everyone who's paying attention will see him turn towards Tenumeral for a second and then whip away.
Meanwhile, Kalsika's holding on to Numeral's like shirt lately, going, "Tinny, is it okay if I braid your hair tonight before bed?"
The numeral like stretches and yawns because she's quite exhausted still.
yeah,
She's
that's
just
right.
nodding out.
That's why Kalsika ran over and she's like, "Okay," and she's
Oh, did
braiding.
Tenumeral finish her bowl of spinach stew? Did she eat it all?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't like that question.
Oda's
I don't
very
like that
happy.
question either.
No, Oda's just very happy. Like she sees you finish it off and didn't dump it on the donkey. So
We're all scared, like, oh no, is Tenumeral gonna roll for how much she shits her
much she
pants tonight?
the old woman is a hag and she poisoned it. You're all dead.
Partially why I'm not eating it. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'm right
But
there.
the rest of us could hear these conversations between.
Oh yeah.
Melvin
He's
and the rest of them.
I don't think Geyer is hiding anything. And Medvin's, you guys are all just kind of sitting around the fire and just talking.
Oh no, I meant the conversation between Kalska and him as well.
I think he tried to whisper that so that way.
It was like an attempt. Like
was
it
it?
wasn't like we're being
Yeah.
secretive, but it was more like quiet. Speak like if you heard us, he heard us. But it was more just Kalska trying to be like, "It's okay, dude." Like.
Yeah.
Guy's
really.
gonna look at him real quick and just say, "And how many people do you have on the farm besides you and your mother?"
There's only 4 others.
Guyer's gonna go into his pouch and look over it and look at their cart for a second. How much stock does it look like they have on their cart?
It looks like the cart's full. You don't think they could fit anything else on there, and they wouldn't make the journey unless they had it like completely stocked. It'd be a waste of a trip to just take like a half cart or anything like that. So
Yeah. Guyer's gonna look at the son. How'd you feel about me purchasing a bundle from you?
Oh, I'd love that.
What's the going rate?
Oh gosh. As the dungeon master looks in his rules guide.
Look under spinach.
So what, a fox was worth 4 a D4 rations. A deer is worth 2D8 rations.
And I don't know how they're transporting it, what sort of bundling they've done.
Yeah, I'd say it's
Good idea,
probably
Mark.
it's probably not in like it's probably like little wooden crates that don't even have lids on them. They're just probably just like heads of lettuce like thrown in there and like spinach leaves kind of like pouring out. Let's say so it's like 3 silver for like a day's meal at like an inn. I'll say he'll do 1 crate for a gold piece.
Okay.
And I will say that will do I'll say it will like give you guys like each of you like 2 days worth of rations
Okay.
for that.
Then And I'll ask him, be a dear, grab one of the crates and bring it over to my wagon for me. And Guy's going to go in and get out the 1 gold for that, but...
Casca's like falling over trying to get the crate out.
He like reaches out and grabs something. I want you to do me a favor, Geyer. I would like you to make an awareness roll for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Are we sure we don't want Beltis to do the bell hopping? Just moving.
Ooh.
You see Casca get crushed by
Would you like to push it?
I'm going to push that because this is a business transaction, and now I'm a little tired, but I'd like to make sure that things are on the up and up.
Gotcha. So when you reached out to hand him the gold piece, you noticed that his sleeve kind of rode up a little bit. It almost looks like there was some kind of marking or tattoo on his forearm. You couldn't see exactly like all of it, but you caught the bottom of it. And then as he like reaches and grabs the gold, the sleeve just kind of like naturally like falls down back into his place and he pockets the gold.
Did it look like, I know we saw a slip of paper with a tattoo image on it. Did the piece that I saw look
You didn't
anything
see
like
a slip of paper. The first guy you originally met when you were coming through Drakmar Pass, Conry inspected him thoroughly and found a unique tattoo on his forearm.
Oh, it was on his forearm. I thought it was a like scrap of leather.
And you guys have that image, I think, in your journals of the tattoo.
You
didn't see it all, so you're not like 100% sure if that was the exact same one, but it was in the same place.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as Geyer was handing that to Geyer would also be handing him an additional 4 gold pieces.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And just be like, use this, give your employees a little bit more. And
wow, that's incredibly generous.
See if you can motivate them. If you can get them more interested, it may help out. It seemed when you arrived, you seemed a little down. If I may ask, when I saw you had a lovely piece of work on your arm, can I see the rest of it?
At that, he kind of immediately like pulls his arm back. It's like it was on. It's not really a piece of work. It was just kind of like a farming accident from a while ago. I just don't really want to talk about it. I'm sorry.
Casca locks eyes with Geyer, recognizing that something's up, and just.
And Geyer, seeing that he's uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Is just. I apologize. No. Injuries, I understand all too well. But again, use the coin, take care of your employees, and they will take care of you. Like my large metallic friend over there that has kept us out of quite a number of scrapes. People don't like to pick fights with large armored individuals.
I wouldn't want to either. Well, thank you. You've been extremely generous. And he kind of walks away. And if you excuse me, I think it's I've had a long day. I've ate too much spinach, and I need to get some rest. So,
a pleasant evening.
And to you as well.
Geyer is immediately going over to Kalsica.
Okay, yeah, he actually goes to his mom first, and you see him kind of like tap his mom on the shoulder. And he's like, and points towards the tent, and he goes there, and she's like, "Oh, Manvin's going to lay down. I think I'm going to go ahead and rest myself."
Stay up, Miss Oda. I feel pretty good today, and I can see pretty good. We'll take turns.
Thank you all. And Oda stands up, and you see she kind of hobbles a little bit over towards the tent and kind of disappears inside.
As she disappears, Guyer's going to lean down to Chelsea a little bit. Dear, if you could do me a favor. If you remember that tattoo we saw when we first entered the I believe that young gentleman has a similar piece of artwork on his wrist. I saw a little bit of something stick out, and when I posed the question, he immediately said it was a farming accident.
Yeah, he got all shifty.
Perhaps you're a little bit lighter of foot than I am.
We'll wait for him
Perhaps
snoring.
once they're unconscious, perhaps just take a peek and see if it's the same.
We'll wait for the snores.
And can Connery hear this conversation?
Are you hiding it from the rest of the group, or are you just trying to
Not
make sure
really.
that
It's more I'm hiding
away
it
from the tent?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if anyone
So-
else notices.
Connery's gonna come up behind the two of them and kind of lean in and also keep it hush enough for the others, not the Oda and Melvin not to hear. To what ends exactly? Like, if this tattoo does happen to match, he doesn't seem to even want to talk about it, period. So what if it does match? What information could we hope to get out of him?
He would be tied to Leanara then, Connery. The guy that we saw told us Leanara's name. Maybe he knows her in town. It's just more, I think Mr. Guy just wants to be sure of who we're dealing with and who he just gave a lot of money to.
Well, not only that, this is somebody who we saw this image on somebody who had been attacked.
Casca raises her hand like she's in school, even though she's never been in school.
Yes.
Now she's getting like extra quiet to make sure that they definitely can hear. He said his dad died. The guy we saw on the road died. And they have the same mark. Maybe if it's the same, what if it was his dad that we saw we took the book from?
Do we have images for Oda and Melvin?
You don't. There's no artwork for them. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Or you can try to
Just
compare
one-
them to the corpse image in the beginning.
Right,
Yeah.
just wondering, do they also look like a serial killer?
No, there's no art for
Oh,
them.
it runs in the family. Look at them.
That's very interesting. Also, he was getting attacked by goblins
And then they
who
stopped.
have said that they're against the demon rising.
So far, hasn't everyone claimed they're against that? So maybe like we don't know if that group isn't, but the guy that gave us the thing and told us to find Leanara. I just if they're
Leanara never
connected-
said she was against it. She just said she wanted
she
to
asked us
gather
to
the
get
pieces.
stuff. Yeah, I'm sure if we asked her though, she'd say, "Oh, I'm totally against it because I stand for righteousness and truth and blah 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 blah."
She skirted very much around the issue on her historical interests of her organization and talked a lot about her faith to her organization. However, was very scant on any other details.
Which is why we will collect everything, collect the weapon, and then proceed to give her what she's looking for. She can have all the historical value she wants from those items
From
once
her
we
grave.
have collected what is important.
Yes, good luck getting that sword out of Belthus's hands once he has it.
He has
What
a
was it called
lovely
again?
hammer already.
Thurman? What was
Umdurman.
it? Anyone? Durman.
I believe that's
Close.
Right,
Thurman.
yeah.
No, named it. Yeah, Uma Thurman.
That's
That
it,
sword.
Uma Thurman.
Belthus
Uma
won.
Thurman, that's right.
Oh boy.
It's only used effectively with two hands into the sternum.
That's right.
Yeah.
I will let you take care of the-
Chat's cracking up about Uma Thurman. And
I am going to go lay down, and I'll take a watch later on in the evening.
Yeah, get some sleep, Mr. Geyer. I feel perfectly fine, and I will take care of things.
A little nod, and
Teeny, go get a nap, okay?
Oh, on my spying. The mother did say the father had a vision. that the Misty Veil would be wonderful again. Very interesting.
Wait, are we saying that these people do the hoodoo voodoo thing too?
They have
Oh, boy.
mysterious tattoos. They're speaking of visions. Who's to say? Maybe it was just a dream in his mind.
Yeah, maybe sometimes.
Maybe
like,
it's one he actually saw.
I don't know
You
if they're
wrap that
hoodoo
child in
voodoos.
metal.
Oh my gosh.
Gary's gonna wander off towards the donkeys and go sleep out in the grassy area with the donkeys.
Okay, you got it. Very nice.
I will wait for them to hear like soft snoring or like regular breathing from their tent. Like I'm gonna sit in whatever log is near their tent so I
Okay.
can hear and listen
Okay.
and wait for them to be asleep. I'll wait like an hour or so even if I have to just
Okay.
wait.
Numeral will kind of curl up and doze off by the fire. Just
Okay.
kind of like leaning slowly until she's asleep outside.
I think elves. Do you guys do like a trance or a meditation or something like that?
Do
as-
that
before you sleep?
instead.
Is that what you guys do as
Yeah.
elves?
I'm pretty sure it's a trance. Let me see.
I think it's on your. It's one of your traits, I think, that you guys got for being the elf
Inner
kin.
peace.
And
You
it-
can meditate during a stretch rest.
Oh, it's for stretch. Okay.
Do we just sleep?
I guess you just sleep. You have during a shift rest. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, she does that.
Okay. I do believe you guys have a tent as well. Somebody does. So if you wanted to set
Yeah,
that
we,
up,
we got a chance.
Got one.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have to sleep outside if you want to use the tent. There's that option as well. So
Tent would be nice.
guy who sleeps
Oh.
outside. Yeah.
My donkey.
I think I'm gonna stay awake and accompany Calcico with the first watch.
Okay.
So I'll open up with Bird Song by summoning some birds to give me a boon for awareness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Good.
You can tell if they're actually sleeping or faking.
Yeah, because if they're not sleeping, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get yelled at for summoning birds at this time of night.
You can see the birds are kind of angry to be summoned at this time of night.
Why did you play Bat Song?
That's right. That's right. But you can go ahead. Actually, Calcica, I know that you said you wanted to make the awareness roll, but if you both want to make awareness rolls, you can. I think you get a boon to that roll because of bird song.
Yeah.
Ooh, success for Calcica. Even with a boon?
Is it?
12 and a 17.
Yep, that was with a boon. So the birds are just in my face because I woke them up at this time of night.
Yes. Funny. Calcica, you wait for a while and you hear steady snoring. Sounds like tired individuals that have passed on into sleep and are in dreamy dreamland.
I will get up very quiet. So I'm assuming their tent is basically like has just like a fabric flap, like
Yeah, it's
simple,
very
basic.
simple, just like a little triangular kind of tent. Very simple.
As I approach, I just want to, with my awareness roll, if you'll let me, seeing whose boots I see first, assuming I'll see his before I see his mother's, essentially,
Okay.
like, so I know which side of the tent to go for.
Okay.
And I would have
You're
asked.
probably
going
gonna need to sneak in first.
Yeah,
So you're gonna need to make a sneaking roll for me if that's what you would like to do.
I would.
To answer your question, chat, it's called Bird Song, so I think it has to be like songbirds.
Hmm. You could argue
You
an
say
owl.
owls can't-
Owls can.
I think owls make beautiful music
They
by
make
asking who over and over and over and over and over. Who?
So
Oh yeah, you
with
succeeded. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're sneaking in, lurking in, pushing, and you can definitely tell as they're laying there. They it looks like they got just like simple, skins and blankets that they're using, and you can see that he's kind of passed out there and she's passed out.
I
Sleeping.
just want to very carefully, the slowest, even though no one can see me come in the tent, but the slowest anyone in this group would have ever seen Kalsika move,
Mm-hmm.
to pull the sleeve even just a little more to start to see the shape. I don't even, just very gently, very you'll never know I was here. This is all a dream.
Do me a favor. Make a sleight of hand, and I'll give you a boon on it because he's asleep.
Pass either way.
You succeeded. Yeah, so you creep up. You have to take one step kind of in between the lower part of his legs, and then take another step over another one of his legs, and you get closer to where he's you can see the sleeve kind of pulled over the forearm.
Kalsika's just hovering over him
Yeah, you're you almost trip once, and you put your hand down at the side to balance yourself, and then you start to pull down the sleeve, and indeed, you see the same marking that you saw on Mr. Weatherman, who gave you the piece of the statuette and the map when you arrived, and then immediately died due to his wounds of a poisoned goblin arrow. And then you guys were ambushed.
I'm gonna start backing out of the tent very quietly. Another sneaking to get out successfully.
You know what? I will say your one sneaking roll will count for sneaking out as well. So, yeah.
Kalsika steps out, fully, moving backwards, feet in the same place, I was never here.
Got it. Yep.
And backs out until I can just sit back down.
You see,
next
as soon as you get out of the tent and look back towards the fire, Connery's just swatting a bunch of birds out of his face that are just
Kalsika goes over and holds a finger up to see if a bird will land.
What do you think, Connery? Would one of the birds from Birdsong land on Kalsika's finger?
Or
you know what? Or were they too angry at you?
I'm gonna say that would probably fall under. Beast lore?
Beast lore. Yeah, go ahead and make a beast lore check.
This is gonna go well. I'm also gonna get attacked. This is fine.
Yeah, you hold out your finger and one kind of comes over and pecks it and then flies away.
I'm looking at the one and I pull out my knife.
It hides behind Connery's cowl.
Okay, Connery. Okay, Mr. Geyer's only been sleeping for an hour, and Tinny's doing her trance, and Spell this awake or asleep? Did he take a nap too?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleeping. I think when it's our turn to go to sleep, I'll tell everybody when they get up what I saw. It's not what we thought. How about that? And Kalsika goes back to sharpening her blades as if nothing's wrong. In case they wake up, she doesn't want to make a big deal.
Okay.
Connor's just got this kind of dumb look on his face because he has no idea what happened. He was too busy swatting away birds, so he's like, yeah.
He didn't even see me go and come back.
No, I thought you were there the entire time.
Oh, okay.
Some time passes and you guys are able to swap roles to where some of you feel well rested and ready to take a watch. So it's up to you guys who would want to be up, and you can also take the benefits from having your shift rest.
Ooh, awesome. Thank you, benevolent leader.
Now, but you two would have to go rest now.
We haven't gone our shift yet.
Because you guys were doing the watch first, so
we gotta tag out.
You would probably like kind of pace it differently. Like somebody would watch for an hour or two, and then somebody would watch for an hour or two, just so you guys could make it to where you guys weren't sleeping taking a whole lot of time to do this. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Do we have to roll difficulty to try to wake up the duck?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I go over and I wake Mr. Geyer up for his turn.
Not time already? Okay.
Mr. Geyer.
Yes.
He has the thing. Shh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have to tell everybody, but I don't want to make a kerfluffle at nighttime.
The word of the day is kerfluffle.
Episode title.
Oh. Bollocks.
I don't think he wants to be what his dad was. He seems very unhappy with everything. Maybe he just kind of got born into it, and we all know how crappy family situations can be.
Yes, but my concern is that the only other person we've seen with that mark got killed.
Dead dad.
Oh.
Maybe. We should just ask them their last names tomorrow. Why didn't we?
Do we know the other one's last name?
Weatherman something? Weather guy? Weather teller? Magic man? Not really magic man. You know what I mean. The guy who could tell the weather.
Meteorologist? I am so confused. I don't remember meteorologist.
Neither do I.
He died like 5 minutes after we met him. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't exactly have time to ask. Hey, what's your last name when you're passing away?
Didn't Leanara say that was his name or something? Like, so we definitely heard the name.
No, he told
right.
you his name when he was dying. Yeah.
Oh, he told you your full name?
He said Weatherman. That's what he said.
Weatherman.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it might not be a real name, but like, I don't know. I guess talk to Balthus and Tinny about it and see what they want to do. But I mean, they haven't done anything bad to us. And
No, my concern is wanting to warn him. If somebody's trying to kill his family, he should be aware of it. If it's a family, if it's
or
a
if they don't. Okay, how about over breakfast we ask really uncomfortable questions about how your dad died?
But perhaps when his mother wakes up, I just corner her and have a conversation with her. One elderly old curmudgeon to another.
That might go better, but she might also not tell you.
This is true.
But you can usually persuade people into doing what you want.
We can try. It's
okay.
If not, we'll get to Numero to go all black-eyed and spooky and terrify them until they tell us.
See, and this is why we love Tinny. When she's on our side.
Because it's spooky and terrifying. That's
yes, but she likes us mostly. Most of the time.
She likes you.
But you're my family, so therefore she has to like you. Isn't that the package deal?
I want to say yes, but I'm not quite sure. Get yourself some rest.
Okay. And I whistle and I wait for Lucy and River to come over and I snuggle up with the dogs.
All right. And I will say at this time, as the...
Connery, I'm not saying you can't join the snuggle pile. I'm just saying it starts with me, Lucy, and River.
I feel some kind of way.
I'm not going to whistle for you. You are not the actual dog.
I'm sorry, Twitch chat. That is my dog behind my curtain playing with a squeaky toy.
I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it.
Connery.
Yeah. It's just added immersion.
Perfect timing too, right? All right, everybody. I think that's a perfect time for us to take our break for the evening, as we're about a little bit over halfway through our stream tonight. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here. And when we return, we'll find out what you guys decide to do as we get ready to wake up for the morning and continue our journey. So thank you guys for joining us. We did want to tell you that we have received another donation. And I'm going to have to add it all up during the break because it doesn't add it for me. So I'm going to have to go in there and add it all up and let you guys know what we're at right now. But we are getting very, very close to the $100 goal for the stream. We've already eclipsed the 50. So for the kids, you guys are already going to get a reward of an extra advancement point to try to upgrade one of your skills tonight, plus an extra special reward if we reach that $100. So once we come back online, I will let you guys know what the number is, what we're waiting on, and maybe somebody from Twitch chat who would like to generously help you guys out. they could jump in and support as well. So, yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Go grab a drink, and we'll be seeing you very, very soon. Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, you could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad. Whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp, be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, B-O-N-U-S, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment. everybody, to Dragonbane, Secret of the Dragon Emperor, right here at Proficiency Bonus. So before we move on to the morning, knowing this information now, Geyer, that Kalsika gave to you before she went to take her rest, are Belthus and Tenumeral awakening as well with Geyer for this watch?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So all three of you are now awake, with Conry and Kalsika taking their rest. So
It's canon. It's a snuggle puddle with
it's
the
not
dog.
yet.
Conry and Cal.
Yeah, you got it. So the question is, what do you guys do?
I think we have to separate them in the morning. I told Kalsika that I should probably try to have a conversation with the mother. One
Why?
elderly person to another.
Why? Oh yeah, I remember. I was awake for some of that before I went to sleep.
Yes, he has this.
Heard since then.
He has the same tattoo as the dead gentleman.
So
our
it's confirmed.
My concern is if it is a familial crest, then he is related to the dead gentleman. In which case his father is dead. Well, guess what? I think we found him. Or 2, it's an organizational marking, and he's a member of some organization that is attempting to move things behind the scenes and is at risk of being killed as well. I would rather be seen as a potential ally until we know what we are dealing with than a hurdle or something to be removed.
I don't think we should tell them anything about ourselves, though, and what we're doing or have.
That is not my plan. My plan is to find out from them whether or not they are in fact related to the meteorology person, the weatherman. If they are weathermen,
above table, I should mention the whole getting people's names wrong thing started out as a bit, but I honestly think we're just that horrible with names. It's a thing.
Thurman? That was genuine. That was genuine. That was not like a joke. I didn't even think about Uma Thurman until I said it like 4 times.
Well, and
my notes are a mess.
I'll be honest, I had no idea where Kalsika was going with that when she was talking like weather person. It was like meteorologist.
And I was like, yeah, that's his name. Because Kalsika is.
So yes, I will agree with that. I think we aren't just that bad.
It's hard to play mysterious, cool characters when you're dumb.
That's why I'm not even trying this go around. I'm just being an idiot the whole way.
That's why Balthus doesn't talk.
You guys have a masterwork note taker. As part of
it's
your
a
group.
masterwork heavy warhammer.
Well, that too. But you have
poor Belthus.
but you have an amazing note taker if you need names. All you have to do is go back to that beautiful document.
My notes are a nightmare though, because it's like real name and then all the bad.
Then you list all the other names too.
Like Marmalade, Marmaduke, Weatherman, Meteorologist. Just a chaos.
Was your father's name Al Roker? Ollie Williams.
I forget where our notes are. I think I had MG.
I'll repin them. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's pinned to the chat.
So beautiful.
Belthus, perhaps you
can.
can.
Memory here.
Belthus, perhaps you can take the son to the side. Give me a few moments to speak with the mother.
Absolutely.
So if we can divide and conquer.
I'll go
and hopefully
distract.
keep Connery from throwing any more bowls of stew at the donkeys.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this. Kalsika and Connery still probably have a little bit of time left to sleep when the 2 farmers awaken. So Kalsika and... I don't know what she's doing.
No, I don't hear anything, so I think you're fine.
It's the
I
cat.
think it's noise canceling.
She's up to something.
An image
I
was just
can
like,
see it. I
oh.
can
Yeah.
hear it.
She's thinking about doing something, and I'm not sure what it is. She's up to something.
Plotting.
Well, sometime you'll just see like the whole backdrop just like collapse or something. So they awaken, and like I said, Kalsika and Connery, they still have a little bit of time left that they have to rest before you guys are ready to make your way out. But it looks like as soon as they get up, they kind of stretch and yawn, and it looks like they're just starting to basically tear down camp.
Can I have a word with you? Belthus, would you mind helping out the young man with the camp for a moment?
Yeah, let me get some of those tent poles.
Oh, yeah, I've really got it. To be honest, it's not a big issue.
I insist. Come on. Oh, how do you do that one?
Yeah, just start wrapping that cable or that
This?
that
Like
yeah,
this?
yeah. That no,
Like
not
this?
like that. Wait a second, hold on. And he didn't
Oda, I want to ask you something, if I may. Do you have a moment to take a walk with me? It's about your young man with you.
Oh, absolutely. She starts walking. He's quite a great young man, isn't he? She walks.
Yes, he seemed rather down the other last night when we arrived, and
there's a lot troubling him. He has a lot on his mind all the time, and I know he gets a little sick of eating the same things over and over and over again. I get it. I know, but what am I supposed to do?
If I may ask, where's his father? He seems like something's bothering him, and I see the two of you together. He mentioned that he has people working at the farm, but he doesn't speak at all of him.
And unfortunately, I lost Stephen about 1.5 years ago. He got very ill.
I'm sorry to hear that. But you said, Stephen, what is your family name? I know you own the farm up the ways.
Yes, it's Bollinger.
Bollinger. And there is signage for your farm, I'm assuming, correct?
Well, we don't really have signage on the farm, just because it's an extra expense, and we just haven't really gotten that far with it.
Fair enough. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and hopefully this isn't an upsetting thing, but your son mentioned a farming accident that injured his arm. Has he had proper medical looked at that? There was a strange marking on his wrist.
Yes, it's a terrible scar. It's one of the donkeys had come down and stepped on his forearm when he was trying to attach the plow.
And while we're going through this, I'd like to use my insight ability to check and see whether or not I think she's telling the truth on this.
Yeah, go ahead and so you just use it, and do you have to make an awareness roll?
Yep, so it's making awareness to see whether or not they're telling me the truth.
Got it, yeah. You can spend your willpower and go ahead and roll that roll.
And I'm going to push this.
All right, first thing in the morning, we're pushing rolls. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know something's going on here, and it's eating me up inside. My stomach's turning. I'm feeling a little sickly today.
Sickly, okay, yes.
And apparently it didn't matter.
Same roll.
The same exact roll.
Man, dang. I mean, it seems as if she's being honest and forthright with you. Yeah.
And guy's gonna look down and just sort of nod. I mentioned the same thing as he mentioned to me, that scars can be a horrible thing. But my concern is that it appears he may have gotten a tattoo to cover it.
Oh, really? I've never noticed anything like a tattoo or anything like that. It doesn't sound like him to me.
It's just, I wanted to mention it to you as his mother. so you could keep your eye open, as
Oh,
I have seen that tattoo before.
You have?
Yes.
Hmm.
And
May I ask where?
Of course, on a, I'm sorry to say, but on a body, surrounded by a horde of goblins.
Oh, that's terrible, terrible, terrible.
It's that, and that is why I bring it up to you. Is we saw it as we were entering the Vale. It looked like there was a great battle.
Do you think my son could be in danger?
That is my concern. He seems like, as you said, he seems like a fine gentleman. And I'll lean towards her a little bit. I really don't know if farming is where his heart lies. He seems a little not a fan of the produce, but he seems like a up and up gentleman. But when I saw that mark, remembering that we had seen it on an individual that had been beset by goblins, it may be a local militia. I'm not from the area, but if I've seen one body with it, I feel that somebody should be aware.
I'll talk to him about it right away.
But you may not want to talk to him about it. It may upset him if it's something he has not broached with you. But just as you're a wise and caring mother, keep your eyes open.
Do me a favor. Make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
I will give you a boon on it.
Okay. Persuasion.
Oh, look at
So yes.
that. A dragon roll. There it is.
Yes, kiss.
Yes, I'm.
Oh my.
Dude,
it was a 20 and a 1.
A 20 and a 1? Oh, look at that. Perfect. She looks at you and you can tell, like, you know what? You've got a really good point. I think he's got a lot on his mind right now anyway. I think we need to finish our journey at Outskirt, and perhaps maybe on the way back I can have this conversation with him.
It's just something, maybe it's a little warmer out. He takes off the jacket and you happen to notice something.
Oh, yes, good
Let
point.
it come organically, but
I don't want to be that nagging mother all the time anyway, I don't...
Yes, and it's, again, just something to be mindful of. Like I said, he may not know what it means. It may have just been, oh, look, that's pretty. I want one. But
good point.
He seemed to be a nice kid, and somebody should be watching out for him.
It better be pretty if he got it tattooed on his arm, I tell you.
I'll do a little bit of a chuckle. And, as they always say, the younger generations will always find something that disagrees with us.
She kind of chuckles and then looks out. Your friend is quite helpful. And you look back, and Belthus has got some ropes tangled around his armor, and Medvin is trying to untangle him and roll up some of the materials. Oh gosh, all that metal armor is making it difficult for you to be able to even hold this rope. Oh.
And Jared's gonna chuckle and laugh a little bit. Yes, I do apologize for that. I more sent him over there to distract your son so we could talk for a moment, so I wouldn't put you in an uncomfortable spot. Belthus is a wonderful individual with many things, but it can be a bit of a walking catastrophe.
So I will say at this point, it takes them just a little bit more time to pack up camp, and right as they're kind of getting the donkey hooked back up to the cart and getting all their supplies kind of packed back up, that's when Conry and Kalsika, you guys are awakened from your rest. So you guys have your full shift rest, so you guys can mark that on your character sheets. And if you guys have nothing left for them, they kind of bid their farewells and kind of wave to you as their donkey pulls out, and they slowly start making their way back in the direction that you guys came from the day before.
Be safe.
Oh, yeah, you too, Medvin calls out to you as you hear the clattering of some stones underneath the wheels as they kind of pull off onto the road.
And Gaia would have started getting the donkeys hitched back up to our wagon and things after talking so by the time that Connery and Kalska are up, we'd be pretty much ready to roll.
Yeah, perfect. Mm-hmm.
Well, it does not appear they are not related to the man that we saw, at least according to the mother. Said her last name was Bollinger. Bowling something.
Bowling ball?
Yeah, something like that. But it wasn't Weatherboy. So
Then the mark is not family based.
it does not appear to be. She didn't give off any sort of vibes that she was lying to me about it. She was unaware that he had any markings on him. She did say that he did get stomped on by a donkey at one point on his arm. So it may be something as simple as he saw the mark at an artist or saw somebody with it and said, hey, that will cover my scar perfectly. But I wanted to at least give her the opportunity to be aware in case he is part of something, as we did see it on a dead body. I did not tell her anything about the body other than it was surrounded by a large number of goblins. She does not need to know that we're the ones who put the goblins there. Well, rather, you put the goblins there, Belthus.
It was
The
a
rest
team
of us
effort.
really didn't do much.
Team effort.
At least not me and Tanumro. I think Kalska did some.
They look different online.
We can actually see about this that round. Connery took somebody out, but I don't remember much. What's up, Connery? Did you sleep okay, buddy? And I'm like ruffling between his ears.
So when you looked at his marking during the night, did it resemble or take the shape
It was the
of
same.
take a shape of a donkey hoof?
I was more looking at the tattoo. Can I roll something to see if it was covering a scar up? Like we're guessing.
Yeah, go ahead and make an awareness roll.
Okay. Not too terrible. Oh, nope, and I'm not pushing it for that.
It was
dark.
It was dark. You couldn't really get a good view of it to tell that much detail. You could only just see the tattoo.
He's pale. Black ink made it kind of easy to see. I couldn't tell it was too dark in there. I would have had to bring a torch in, and that probably would have woken them up. So.
Keep our eyes peeled for more people with that tattoo.
And also maybe.
Really all we can do at this point. We still don't really know what it means. When I tried to broach the subject with him when I saw a little bit of it, he shut right down.
Well, that's what worries me. Why wouldn't he just say it's covering up my accident?
Well, that's all he said is just, it's old farming injury. And it's like, I'm sorry, no, that's a tattoo. I know the difference between a scar and a tattoo, but wasn't going to push him and risk starting an incident.
Yeah.
Oh. Where is Tenumeral during this conversation?
Uh-oh.
The numeral is still exhausted. Even though she got some rest. She's sleepy. Still groggy. She had to wake up, to switch off with Kalsika and them, and, she was paying quite a lot of attention, and now she's sort of tired.
I'm going to regret saying this for the rest of my presumably short life. But when you do your bibbidi-bobbidi thing, would their heart count as a location you've been? Could you listen to them?
Well, they traveled back the road we came, correct? Yeah, I've been there before. I can travel anywhere I've been.
Then you've been next to their cart. Can you not travel to their cart? My wondering is if you can hear what they're saying. Perhaps she's a better liar than I am truth teller.
Brilliant.
Would you say by now they are still within 1 kilometer away, or have they traveled further?
I would say they're probably out of range right now.
Can you get more range with more power?
Yeah, you can.
I think you
That's what I was
can.
about to say.
Each additional power level increases the range tenfold. 10 kilometers at power level 2 and 100 kilometers at power level 3.
That is
That's
insane.
a sniper
Like,
eavesdropping.
this whole map is only like 150 kilometers wide.
Oh, nice.
So
Goodness,
like,
they're
It
probably
can
still
like go
within 10
anywhere at
kilometers.
any time.
yeah, so you could power up to 2 and they'd definitely be in range.
Yeah, that's the
I
one
need-
that says in 10. Interesting.
I need to know what Marmalade's talking about across the map.
I'm not concerned with Marmalade right now. I'm concerned with Ouda and whatever the
Meningitis.
Meningitis.
Oh, no.
Melvin!
No.
Wasn't it Melvin? Melvin!
Yes,
Medvin.
Melvin.
Marvin. Martian.
Medvan.
Meningitis?
Medivan. Alright,
I've just by episode 9, I've just grown to accept it. It's just gonna be this theme throughout the campaign.
We broke him in under 10, guys.
so Tenumeral will, surprisingly at Geyer's request, look down the road and exert her focus on where they've been before, trying to assess where on the road they might be, and she will expend quite a few willpower points to do so.
How much is this gonna cost you?
4.
Oh, it costs 4 to go to power level 2?
I think so, right?
Okay,
Isn't it
yeah.
double the points each level,
Oh boy,
I want to say.
that's beefy. Beefy
How does that
cost.
work again? That's how it works again, right?
4 willpower coming at you.
Let me see. If I did Protector, sorry.
Let
I
me
did
double-
Protector
I think
at
she
power
allocates.
level 2. Yeah, it took 4 away.
Yeah, it doubles
So,
it. That's what I
4.
thought. I don't think I'm gonna do that much spells. I've never once come even close to running out of my willpower, so I'm not worried about it. So she does it, and I have to roll now.
Now that she said it, this will be the session that it happens.
Yep.
I succeed.
You succeed. Okay. So, you go into your trance once again. And you have that similar image of zooming up very quickly, and it's almost like you're sitting behind them in the cart amongst all the lettuce and beets and cabbage and spinach. As you see, Medvin is kind of holding the reins, moving the donkey, and Oda sitting next to him. And it looks like that Oda's just like sitting there peacefully, kind of like rocking back and forth. Oh, that's such a nice group we just met. Medvin's like, oh, yeah, Mom, they were really good. Really good group of people. And they just kind of keep on moving it. And really, it's not much conversation at all. Like, it's just like, they're just riding. And then every once in a while, Oda will be like, oh, how much more time do we have till we arrive at Outskirt? Oh, wait. Oh, I remember that ruin. Mom, you said this like 3 million times. Come on. You point out that ruin every single time we pass it. Oh, it just brings back so many good memories. Remember that one time? And she goes into this really long story about nothing. And you can see like Medvin is just like trailing off, trying to like almost like just, he keeps his eyes straight forward. And he's just like, you can tell he's not really listening because he's heard this story probably about 1 million times. But it's all just a bunch of small talk. They never bring you guys up within the next several minutes.
Reflect or anything.
Nope.
And as he's doing the reins, is like that tattoo poking out? Is she noticing it in any way? Making any sort of lingering glances based on Geyer's?
Make an awareness roll for me. Make an awareness roll.
Okay. What's my awareness? I feel like it's not that high. Let me double check.
Have to be pretty high.
It's an intelligence based skill.
It's 14. Just missed it.
You want to? You can push it if you'd like. It's up to you. You have to take a condition to do it.
Okay, why not? We're
Right.
getting
Exactly.
risky rolls today. So,
WWGD, what would Geyer do?
she is trying to really hold on to this vision and pay a lot of attention. However, like, I said earlier, when Geyer pulled her back into the conversation, she's a little sleepy. She could have used the full night's rest without the shift change. So she's gonna be exhausted
Exhausted
now.
again. There you go. It succeeds. You would notice. You don't notice the sleeves pull up, but a couple of times when he looks away, you do notice her eyes kind of glance down to that arm. But it's almost like as soon as he goes to like turn his head back, she shifts her eyes up and like looks at him. Oh, look at that beautiful tree. You point that out every single time, Mom. We've made this journey how many times, and it just goes back and forth that way. So yeah, you do notice her looking. Like she is trying to be observant and trying to look and see if she can see anything, but the sleeves are covering the arms and she has no opportunity.
All right, great.
So she's definitely suspicious about it.
Cool. That's helpful to report back something useful to Geyer, since he requested I do this, and if I don't have something useful, I'm sure he will be very upset. While in the trance, speaking of Geyer, I'm very curious always when I go into these trances, like what Geyer is doing.
Yeah. You're muted, Matthew.
Thank you.
There you go.
I think everyone knows as Geyer said this, you can see that the hands are like clenching.
Roleplay Give is rating with a party of 6. Thank you, Roleplay Give. We appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining us.
Geyer's got his hands have been clenching a little bit, and then looking over at Kalska sitting beside him. But I know you say you trust. This is just it's not natural.
But Mr. She helps me a lot.
I'm trying. It's just not normal. I mean, look, her eyes are black.
But it's kind of cool, right? Like, imagine if my eyes got black when I went to go kill somebody. How cool would that be?
Oh, okay, you may have a point. But I mean, would that goblin have spoken to you afterwards?
No, but maybe he would have just died out of fear, and we wouldn't have had to deal with the whole fell on a stick in the woods thing that Connor keeps making fun of me for.
But how much fun was that?
It was pretty fun because I convinced a stupid goblin to lie to all of his friends for all eternity under the threat of death for him and all of his friends. But imagine how much easier it would have been if my eyes just went straight black.
Alright.
Kalska's completely like unhinged at this point. Like, this is so cool.
I mean, at the same point, it does seem to be more useful than some of the things we've seen Connery doing, right? I mean, the birds.
Kalska looks over her shoulder at Connery in the wagon.
Other guy, give me patience.
I think they just have different magic.
Connery was being very helpful yesterday as well. And she did it when she did it was whatever she did to go spy on them when we were approaching that camp.
And I think both
It's
of
just
their
so
magics are circumstantial. And that's probably the biggest word I'm going to use for the day. So let's remember that I used it early. But I think the whole thing is that if they're on our side, the magic isn't going to hurt us.
Yes, but how can we use it to make money?
I mean, if she does some flashy, cool stuff, I could steal more stuff. We just gotta get to a bigger town where there's not people that we like. I can't steal from Captain Hardy. He's gonna be all mad at me.
Which is you. But then again, if we steal from them, we can't sell it back to them, so we don't make any money.
Also, we can't steal from them and make you mayor at the same time, and then all my signs are gonna go to waste. And Calcica has somehow 50 of these
50 signs.
everywhere. She just opens up her cloak, and they're just in every single pocket on the inside.
So good.
When do you have time to make all these?
You went to bed! You left me with Conry! He made birds sing, and then I looked at the guy's tattoo, and then I went back to the campsite. I was left alone, unsupervised, for hours.
And you didn't steal everything, so I call that a win.
I wanted to really bad, but all they had
We
is
could have stole the donkey.
spinach. They have spinach, Mr. They would notice the donkey. I can't steal a donkey. I have nowhere to hide a donkey. Where am I gonna hide a donkey, Mr. Geyer? They're like 4 times my size.
Yeah, in Balthus's armor.
That's where he'd be naked.
Getting louder with their bickering. Now waking to numeral up out of
Belva's
her
just heard me
flying
say he'd be
trance.
naked, and that's all he's heard this entire.
She just, all right.
Oh, Tinny's back. Hey, Tinny, what happened?
So, they are just traveling down the road. They have done this way many times before. The son is quite bored. They think we're very nice and good people. However, I did notice that the mother was trying to sneakily look at his arm to try to find the tattoo, but she wasn't discussing it or calling it out overtly, which leads me to believe that she's not aware of it. This doesn't seem to be maybe a family affiliation. I'm wondering if, since he's so bored with the farm and the spinach, if he just got mixed up in this group while in town or at the tavern, pulled into it, especially considering that their farm is near where we're going, which we know might have a lead to one of the artifacts. Perhaps Leanara recruited him to keep an eye on the people coming in and out, or I don't know. That's my new theory. It doesn't seem like the mother knew, from what I could tell.
Well, that's. I appreciate that she is taking my advice and is not broaching the subject immediately with him. And thank you. I appreciate you doing your to see if what they were doing.
You're welcome, Mr. Geyer.
I believe the technical term is hocus pocus.
I thought it was himbo jimbo.
It's called
sorry.
farsight and mentalism.
Oh,
Calcica was
sorry.
gonna make a joke when Tinny said that. She goes,
Jumped on
"Whoa."
something.
And I am a gifted seer, just like my grandmother before me, and all of these ancestors of mine.
All
As
the
she
bone
rattles
fingers.
her bone necklace.
Calcica
Connery kind
clenches her
of
hands.
cringing. Fashion.
I mean, it is pretty cool fashion, though. Not gonna lie.
So,
I should
so that
touch all
entire
of
time you were eavesdropping, it was just mundane conversation between the two of them. Exciting.
Yeah, it's not always the most interesting things I can find, but when it's interesting, it's very interesting.
Dish.
I mean, the funniest thing I've
job
ever
of
heard.
annoying to numeral today has been a success because I made her listen to a boring conversation.
Now that I think about it, perhaps I should spy on Leanara more often from further away.
Oh, yeah, because she thinks we're doing what she wants, but we're doing the opposite of what she wants, and then we can just, like, betray her later.
And that,
It's sort of kimbo to what she wants, right? We're looking for things, we're just planning on stealing what she wants and not giving it to her.
Yeah.
We're doing what
Trick
she
her.
wants, just it's not going to end how she thinks it is.
Mr. Geyer, did you ask how his dad died, by the way?
Oh, I didn't ask how his father died, as she mentioned that he had died 1.5 years ago. And that his name was Stephen Bowlingbong, something like that. Bowling something. Boiling spinach, that was it.
Kalska's doing
We-
this on her
we
fingers
just
to try to
say
figure out how long we've been together. Bowling ball.
Billabong, that's it. Stephen Billabong.
That must be it. Yeah.
Good branding.
And who boils spinach? That poor child. We need to call whatever outskirts version of CPS is. Because if
We
you
really
boil
do.
spinach and feed it to somebody, you are just torturing that individual.
Yeah, boiled spinach is like what they give you in the orphanage, and that wasn't very good food.
I have horrible memories of being a child and just canned spinach being boiled in water and dropped on a plate.
Ew.
It's nutritious.
Ew.
Slimy.
Everybody just got a tidbit of Geyer's backstory. Just a little sprinkle.
Kalska eats another sweet roll to fend off the thought of spinach.
So, as you guys are traveling, I do want to say this: it will take you a day to get to the temple from where you're at. You will cross over the bridge. Is there any I'm going to tell you guys in advance. There is nothing going to prevent you from getting to the temple, so we could skip ahead to that part. Or if there's some place that you wanted to stop along the way, you could.
She
It's up
said
to you
the
guys.
bridge was beautiful. Can we see?
Oh yeah,
Bridge?
absolutely. Yeah.
Keep an eye out for their farm too, just in case. Like they said, it was
Can I-
close to the river.
Yeah,
Can
and
I also
I mean, you
get
guys have been passing a lot of farms on the way, so it's not like you might not be able to tell like one farm from the next, so you might not even really know which one is theirs. But
A lot of corn and wheat.
yeah,
She never said they grow quarter wheat, Belfish. She says they grow spinach and beets.
Even better.
Because it's too dark in the misty vale because of the mist. Corn and wheat need sun.
Mhm. So I'm gonna
Anyway.
zoom in all the way on the map.
Can I fish while we go over the bridge?
You
And
totally
should I
can.
roll
If anybody
for
wants to throw a
fishing and
line, you can throw a line over the edge of the bridge and do some fishing if you'd like.
Wait, do we need fishing line to do that?
I think
I think we had
somebody has
Yeah.
a fishing rod.
Connery bought a fishing pole, right?
Yeah, it's in the wagon.
Cool. So I'm gonna grab that from the wagon.
Let's see what
Wow.
where fishing is. Page.
Okay, so could I give her pointers to grant her a boon since I have a 14 in hunting fishing?
Sure. Yeah, you could help her. Yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Roll
So-
it with a boon.
So that's twice, right? Or no?
yeah.
What
Yeah.
was
Roll twice, and you're gonna take the lower result.
it? Okay.
So does
And
a
my
10.
hunting and fishing is 7. It's bad. I
Mm.
thought I had a little better than that.
It's the river's a little high, and the current is a little strong. You're just having a hard time getting anything to bite.
All right.
Mhm.
It was worth a try. I cast fetch and grab a fish from the ocean.
Does it require you to see that what you're trying to get?
I was joking, but I wonder if that is possible.
It would totally be possible. That's actually a great idea.
It's hilarious.
She goes, "This is
It
boring."
actually does not mention it. It just says you make a loose object within 10 meters float to you.
No,
Float
heavier
is an
than
interesting
81.
choice of words.
I would say if you tried, like, you just reach down and tell me if you're doing like the middle, the right, or the left.
Yeah. So she's gonna see if she can see a fish right down below and fetch it.
Okay, do me a favor. Roll a d6 and tell me what you get. Or you can roll a d6 in the roll 20.
I'll do it a roll 20.
Mhm.
4.
4. So you kind of go out towards the middle, and you're concentrating. Is it free to do fetch? Or does it cost a
It's
willpower?
a magic trick.
One will.
One willpower?
One.
Okay. So you do have to
Yeah, it's
spend a
one.
willpower to do it.
I'm gonna do it for
okay.
fun.
Okay. And as you do it, you're like concentrating, and all of a sudden something flies out of the water towards your hand with a splash, and it hits your hand, and you grab it, and it looks like a wet, soggy leather boot.
Nice. That's something.
Does anybody want this?
Good, you found what spinach tastes like.
Well, I assume that means Belfast will want to eat it for lunch.
Would you like to
you know?
eat it here?
For some reason, I automatically thought of 5E, and I thought I had a history roll to see if I had history with this boot. Is that my old chew toy?
Do you want it as a chew toy,
The
Conrad?
boot looks very old. It looks like it's been lost
Hard
for
pass.
quite a long time, and it looks like it's not in the best condition, and probably wearing it would give you many blisters.
Is there a foot inside of it?
There is not.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
There's no
thank
foot.
goodness.
Good question.
What do you mean? If there was a foot inside it, we could find out who it belonged to.
Sell him back his boot. Just find the man with one missing foot.
I'm gonna toss this boot back in the river.
You throwing it back in? Okay.
That's right. Let it be free.
With a splash, the boot has been returned.
You see it
And
just
swims
swimming
away.
upstream.
It starts swimming. The fish was hiding inside of it.
Very, very entertaining detour for me. Thank you. Paul.
You're welcome.
Now we know you can do that.
I'm gonna
We'll
do
never
that
starve.
every time I hunter fish. I'm gonna just spend one willpower point and like see what I can grab.
That's funny.
You could hunt wild birds out of the air.
You could get one of the bats out of the air with the messages on them.
You could show Captain Hardy up. Take over as head of the guard.
Is that how you become mayor? We take over the guard first.
Elvis, would you infiltrate the guard with me?
Don't see why not.
See, that's what we
Okay,
can
you
do.
could be our guard dog.
We have Kalsika start on her campaign to make me mayor. We make Tenumeral head lady, head god, Lady Tenumeral. Her right-hand commander, Lord Belfast. The god Pooch Conry. I love how when I say it, I get a funny look, but when two other people say it before me, nothing.
Calcica's just scratching Connery behind the ear so he doesn't get mad again.
It's selective offensiveness.
And then we have Kalsika, the power behind all of the thrones.
That doesn't seem like the smartest idea, Mr. Geyer.
No, but it is the most fun, isn't it?
For me?
Yes. We
Maybe
all have a
not
tiny
for the
little
town.
goblin running behind us.
Yeah, okay.
All
It's like a secret cabal running the town, but I am the cabal.
Calcica's cabal.
Do you have the hook swords?
Oh, we're gonna have to find some.
Hopefully we get to this temple some point soon. I'm running out of bad jokes.
So you guys actually will time jump to your arrival to the temple. Trying to find some good music for it.
Is that a Loch Ness monster in the lake to the right?
Totally.
It does appear that way.
Yeah. 'Cause why not?
Don't tell Belfast.
I want to be its friend.
Want to wrestle it?
I want to pet its nose.
I think we should hire it and ride it all the way to the waterfall.
Wait a minute, what if that actually
I love
works?
that map. I love that map. There's so many cool things on there to find.
Yeah.
So, you guys approach the temple. And as you approach, you see a large and impressive but severely dilapidated stone temple. Its towers and spires have collapsed, and much of the building is covered with abundant vegetation, dominated by huge briars with formidable thorns. The stone gate stands slightly ajar. The remains of murals with a pattern of violet flames can be seen on the walls beside the gate. That's what you see.
Violet flames.
Can I sneak ahead to see if anyone's in there since the door is open?
Are you asking the party or are you asking me?
Everybody.
Okay.
Mr. Geyer, should I go up and look?
I don't want anything to happen to you.
Okay, but like Belvis can get there in like 2 seconds flat, and then he can just beat people.
I'll be right behind you.
Don't be right behind me. You're loud.
Okay, well, you know, a bit behind.
Yeah. Stay back with us until she screams.
I'll go sneak forward.
Okay. Sure, yeah. Go ahead and make a sneaking roll then if you're trying to be...
Hold on to this rope.
Oh, a dragon.
Oh.
I think you guys almost lose her. You guys have no idea where she is.
Let's go get her. She's gone.
I don't know where she is.
Yeah,
Do I see anything?
You sneak up. You go up like a few stone steps onto like where the gate is, and you can see the door is slightly ajar. Are you trying to like open it a little bit to look in, peer in, or are you?
I'm trying to like lean in without touching it as much as possible. Since I'm tiny, I'm trying to just literally be like Scooby Doo.
Okay.
The door just a little.
I'm gonna take you guys to a new map, and I'm gonna see if I can ping you into where you guys can see.
I was also wondering if I could do myths and legends for like the markings on the door and such.
You guys probably can't see anything, can you? If I shift ping,
Except
can you guys see anything?
icon.
No.
I can see my token.
Let me see if it'll let me. Let me try something really fast. If I do daylight mode, let me see what this does. Are you able to see now?
A little bit.
Yep. The outside, and then the inside is a bit shadowy.
Yeah, inside is shadow. Okay, good. That's what I want. Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay, yeah. So you guys approach this structure, and so I have you all like basically right where Kalsika is right now, just because the map doesn't really go down any further. So I'm assuming you guys are kind of well off the map to the south a little bit as Kalsika approaches this open door. So you can see inside that door, Kalsika, and let me go ahead and give you this description as you're kind of peering in. You can see there's a large vestibule, has a high ceiling, and is dominated by heavy hexagonal stone pillars. There's a little bit of dim light left over, like it's starting to, like sundown is approaching, so there's a little bit of dim light seeping through from the outside, and it falls on flaking murals of demonic monsters tearing vanquished dragons to shreds in a landscape lit by a violet sun.
Can I roll a myths and legends to see if any of this matches any of the stories I've ever heard?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm
Roll
just
myths and legends.
what am I?
Ooh.
Okay. I know something.
You know a little bit of the conflict of demons and dragons. They're just, it's always that constant fight between chaos and order. Dragons being the order realm of things, and demons being absolute chaos and horror and torture and rage and hate and all those things. This looks like depictions of the outcomes of one of these great battles or great confrontations. But this one looks like it's paying homage to one that the dragons fell, and that the demons reign supreme. So you're obviously in a temple that is very enriched with demonic culture and history here.
I'm going to come back out from the door
Mm-hmm.
and let out just one quick little whistle that Mr. Garner and I have used a lot before as the sign that everything's okay.
And Gyra will let the group know. Well, it appears it's at least clear up to where she is, so... Conry, follow that whistle!
I can't whistle loud enough for my microphone to get it, but yeah.
Gotcha.
If I do, I'll go deaf.
All right. So what is the lighting going to be like inside?
I will say that the lighting inside will be, well, I mean, in this vestibule, it looks like it's lit enough that you guys kind of like walk in and see, but you're not really sure about how the lighting will be when you get darker, deeper in.
Okay.
Gyra's gonna bring his torch from the wagon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open up with light on my amulet
Okay.
and cast that.
Sure. Go ahead and put token emits light, some bright light. How do you remember how many meters it was that it extended from you?
Yeah, it's in the chat. It illuminates a 10-meter radius
10 meter.
area from my focus, which is gonna be my amulet
Okay, got it.
for an entire shift.
Okay. So your token will be emitting light if we need it. Okay.
Right.
Then Gyra's also lighting a torch.
Okay. Gar's gonna have a torch going too. Okay. Is that the same amount of light? Does it say under torch?
I think so.
Could even be more.
I'm trying to check the rules now.
Oh wow, there's so many listings for torch. Hold on.
I know. Well, because
Yeah, 10 meter radius it says.
Yep.
Okay, I'll save the settings there. So yeah, you guys both have. So Guyer's using a hand to hold a torch, and you've got your amulet casting light around you as you guys make.
And
your
it
way.
says for every shift we have to roll a d6, and if you roll a 1, the torch goes out.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so there's just like a lot of paintings in there that are all like, oh, demons are the best. We took down the dragons, blah. It's definitely a place of people that we don't like.
So in other words, the crazy person who's telling us where the stuff is sent us to a stronghold of the bad guys.
We kind of guessed that it might not be great considering, you know, abandoned temple. Abandoned usually means something not good.
I will tell you, Kalsika, with that roll of myths and legends, this structure is old.
Like Mr. Geyer old or extra old?
Like, like old. Like I'm talking like maybe 1,000 years. Like old.
Oh, Miss Ann didn't tell me anything about anything this old. Yeah, it's kind of crumbly and messy in there. I think we just gotta be careful.
Oh, I have fire.
Fire's good. I want to, because I'm the lightest and the smallest, sneak in again a little bit. And just
Okay.
kind of start filing in just a little.
Yeah, as you walk in, you do notice that there is another door ahead of you that's ajar, and to a little bit nice torch. There you go. To the left of you, there seems to be an opening that seems to be leading into an outdoor courtyard.
Okay, I'll keep moving in so everyone can come in,
Okay.
and just kind of keeping an eye out for anything funky in the room that I don't.
Gyra is very mindfully trying to like follow in Kalsika's footsteps, even though his webbed feet are much larger than hers. It's like following. I'm assuming that she's leaving footprints, right?
Is it like dusty and gross in here?
Not as much as you would think. it is a stone floor and stuff, but it seems like things have been, like you can tell like other people have been in here. You're just not sure how many or where and when. I mean, it's just all disheveled.
Okay, so there's... Casca looks back at everybody. Where do you want to go?
Where did you say the courtyard was? To the right?
To the left.
To the left.
Oh, to the
Like
left.
the diagonal left.
Diagonal left, yeah.
I'm kind of curious about that.
Okay.
If anyone else is.
Go with you, Tinny. Could be fun.
All right.
As you two are doing that, I'm going to go listen at the doorway up here and see if I can hear anything down the hallway.
Okay.
I'm going to tag along with Kalska and Tinny for the light.
Okay, yeah.
I guess I'll go with Sir Mallard.
Now that you guys are in here, well, I'll just leave it on for right now. Okay, so Kalsika and Numeral and Conry are sticking together. So they're over here.
Split the party.
Splitting the party.
Oh, I was sitting there thinking classic Scooby Doo to split up, and then I realized who's the Scooby Doo.
Scooby. So
that
where's
begs the question,
Selma
who's
and
Shaggy?
Daphne?
Yeah, that's right.
And then you two then are Shaggy and Fred. Which one's Fred? Which one's Shaggy?
Oh.
See, that's a hard one because I feel like Geyer would run away first, like Shaggy would.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
yeah.
also likes to make the plans, like Fred.
Right, that's...
Yeah. Anyway.
That make me Fraggy and him Shed?
I love how our party
I was about to
composition
say.
is exactly the mystery gang from Scooby-Doo. Like the dog, the two girls, this guy.
I think Beltis can pull off an ascot. Yeah.
There you go.
I got to give you that. He would look much better in an ascot than Geyer would.
I'll talk to the people that are exploring the entryway to the courtyard first. You guys see there's a large open garden without a roof. It is overgrown with huge briars, blossoming ornamental trees, and unkempt grass along the paths. The scent of flowers is soothing. You also catch another smell. You catch what you smell at first and you're like, doesn't seem like it fits because it just you got floral, but also like the smell of maybe like tobacco. You can see that there are several blueberry bushes ahead of you in this thicket garden area, and they have what looks to be like blueberries that are like really large, like they're bigger than a normal blueberry would be, like growing on the bushes. But from standing there and not kind of going into the room or into the courtyard and exploring a little bit more, that's what you guys can see from the opening and smell. Geyer, make an awareness roll for me, since you said that you were kind of listening.
Okay. Really?
Belthus, are you listening too? Are you doing anything in particular?
More watching to make sure nobody sneaks up on Geyer.
Gotcha. You want to push it? No?
Oh, yeah, let's push it.
Yeah.
Geyer's just listening, but it's the same. While he's trying to focus on that, he's watching as Kalska's walking to another area.
Mm. Okay.
And it just seems to be a little distracted.
Yeah. Not really hearing anything. What do you guys do from this point?
Melthus, I think the hallway seems to be clear. I don't hear anything.
Do we join the others?
Or do we wander down and see what's in the hallway?
Could be good.
Oh, why not? I'm sure they'll scream if something happens.
Okay. So you guys are going to go through the door that's ajar there?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. One thing that you do notice upon entering is There seems to be, like, right in front of you as you look down, there seems to be what's like some type of large trap door there, right as soon as you walk in. It looks like it's been kind of like propped open with like a wooden handle or stick or something. It's like keeping it like from shutting down completely.
So like a hatch on the floor?
Yeah, kind of like a trap hatch.
Okay.
Okay. It would be extremely hard to notice at first if it wasn't like something was stuck into it. Looks like it's like a hidden type thing that somebody else had found and kind of like stuck something in it to keep it open a little bit.
Belthus, do you think you could lift that up and we'll see what we can see down there?
Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Belthus is going to open it.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I got the torch. As soon as he opens it, I'm just going to sort of like stick the torch in the opening in case there's something in there.
Okay. Yeah, looking down, it looks like it like drops abruptly into a lower cellar or a lower floor. It looks like the room opens up as you're like holding the light. Like it's right on the outside edge of your like torchlight as you're holding it down, but it looks like there's a floor there. And what you can see laying on the floor looks like a body laying in the middle of the floor. You also, on the edge of your torchlight, catch some movement, and you see something crawling into the scene, and it looks like a skeleton.
Ruh-roh.
And it's dragging itself across the floor. And then you see the leg of another one like wiggling off the edge of your torchlight. But they're all like down here. And it looks like several of them are writhing and wiggling around down here. None of them are standing. They're all like on the ground. Some of them are missing legs. Some of them are missing all their whole lower half. And it's just their upper half. And they're just like crawling around.
Well, Belthus is a wonderful phrase in my native tongue. Zoinks. Turns around and takes off.
I guess you don't want me to jump down and deal with them?
Perhaps not at the moment.
When you take off, do you put the prop back in, or does it fall completely closed with the wood?
Belthus is the one holding it, so
I would probably turn it the way I found it.
Okay, yes, so you're putting the wood back in to keep it like locked there. Okay, yeah, sure.
And Geyer is literally taking off and heading back towards the rest of the group.
Got it, yes.
Skeletons.
Moving ones.
Sentient.
Interesting.
Casca turns when she hears the frantic thwacking of Geyer's webbed feet. And just kind of upset duck sounds coming their way.
Hello everyone. We found skeletons.
Oh.
We
Yeah, they're going
found
yet.
weird berries.
I don't think we should eat.
Do they move too?
No, they're just really big. They're like,
The skeletons we found were moving and looking at us.
Oh. Can skeletons look? Did they have eyes?
I don't know. I didn't crawl into the basement to find out.
Huh. Fascinating.
do any of the skeletons have jewelry on them, Mr. Geyer?
Did I see any
Shiny.
any shinies one?
I
Off the
believe,
basement?
I believe you would have said zoinks and ran off before you got a good enough look.
Fair enough. I may have panicked a little bit at the thought of a moving skeletal figure
Fair.
and run away.
You did see a body, like a fresher body than a skeleton down there too. It was laying face down in the middle of the.
There may have been another body, but I don't think that one was moving.
Are you sure it was a dead person and not an unconscious person? Maybe they're hurt.
I don't know, but there were moving skeletons down there.
I mean, fair, I wouldn't want to go down there. Belthus, don't do it. Kalska wraps her whole body around one of Belthus's legs to keep him from running away.
But what if
He
the
already
person's in
offered.
trouble? What if they need help?
So, is Belthus holding the door open still, or has he
No,
shut it?
they returned to
They
you
did.
guys. Yeah,
They
they
came
shut
to
it.
us.
Okay, they shut it. Okay.
Well, it's back like it was.
Yeah. It's still propped with a little piece of a hand. It's like it was almost like an axe handle that the top of the axe had been like broken off of, and they used that to kind of prop it up.
I mean, I'm sure we could throw Belthus down there, but how would we get him back out?
Yeah, how are you gonna get? Mission Impossible Part 2.
I could levitate him.
Ooh.
It works
But
better on a willing creature.
what if we don't want him?
Send me
up
down.
But he is completely encased in metal. He would have to get naked first.
Well, how
think
far
only-
how
I
far
think
down
only-
are we talking?
We can't have metal.
It was at least 10 meters.
I think I can still levitate him if he's not the one doing magic. I don't think he needs to get naked. I mean, that could be an interesting sight, though. Perhaps not in the skeleton pit, though. What
And then any
recognize
Kowska's just hanging on.
changing the topic slightly. Do we know what these berries are? In this room? Is there anything we could roll for to identify them?
We could eat one.
I mean, they look like just massive giant blueberries.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to eat things like that if you don't know what they are.
How
that's
far from the
fabulous.
doorway are they?
Not far. I mean, couple meters in.
So
Or
for
walk in and just pull one off the thing.
Sure. Yeah. Pops right off. You're holding a blueberry.
yeah, so foraging falls under bushcraft. Is that what you want us to roll to try to identify it?
I mean, you can roll, yeah, if you want.
I have horrible bushcraft, but here goes nothing.
He said it's just a blueberry.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, I actually succeeded.
obviously there's something unnatural about it. You don't know what, because it just looks like a massive blueberry. I mean, you've never seen blueberries this large.
Can I cast?
So something is having some type of effect on it. And you notice looking
But-
around, you notice all the shrubbery is bigger than it should be.
Can I
But
cast?
as far as the identification success, it is just a larger version of a blueberry.
From what you can tell, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take it from Geyer and just give it a go.
All right.
Can I cast sense?
Good luck.
magic?
Sense magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Guy takes out his knife and will cut the blueberry in half and give Connery half of it and start eating it. The other half.
Oh, you guys are splitting one? Okay. Eating? Yeah. You guys, the old cartoon like thing where you guys have the blueberry like around your faces.
And it's just worse because we're just diving into it.
It's
How is it?
delicious and filling. Surprisingly filling. Like you guys feel like you won't have to eat the rest of the day.
Why do I feel like we're unintentionally literally following Scooby-Doo? Because if you are Shaggy, that means Shaggy and Scooby just had a snack.
Yeah. Forbidden Scooby snack.
Scooby snacks.
Oh, Jesus.
There are also.
Please don't sue us, Anna Barbara.
Let me
I
go
like how
ahead
you
and.
guys didn't wait for me to find out if they're magical, also, and what kind of magic.
There are actually 18 of these, or there'd be 17 more left in this area of blueberries.
So I guess while they're chowing down, the numeral will be trying to sense magic in this garden, and she would also like pluck a berry and be holding it. So sense magic says you can sense whether the place you are in or an item you are holding is affected by magic, and if so, what kind of magic.
Okay. So you're just doing this room. Now if you can, what is sense magic just a magic trick, or is it
Yeah.
like a spell you can power up? Okay. So
It's
this
a magic trick.
Okay. I will give you this. This whole courtyard heavily infected by a demonic magic.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pull out the Feet Crusher, which has those red gems.
It's not glowing. Kalsika, how many blueberries did you take?
I'm starting to take them, but I'm also seeing that Numeral's doing something. Kowska's gonna pause and like wait for the verdict on whether I should be touching them.
So these are all demonic.
Kowska drops them.
They just like roll away from her.
I now look at Geyer and Connery with some hesitation, waiting to see if they will turn into a demon.
Well, I mean, I'm burning down.
Just smacks Connery on the nose if he does that.
As you guys are shouting this towards Geyer and Connery, all of a sudden you see the thorny vines around you start to move, and they look like they're moving directly in your direction at a very speedy pace. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Dragonbane, Secret of the Dragon Emperor.